The iPhone 11 is officially here, and the main selling point of this is the fact that it has 3 cameras. So the quality of the photos and video is increased over the previous version. But I want to test it out with the Note 10 Plus. I'm back from taking photos, and I really wanted to get these photos and put them on my computer so I can actually see what they look like, because it's really difficult looking at photos on 2 completely different screens. So really going in and doing a comparison like this has been something that I've wanted to do for a while. And a huge thank you to Tyler. He's been helping me so much with all of these videos. He's helped me shoot these, he's helped me edit a bunch of them. He actually edited this one right now, so hi Tyler. So this first photo is my feet and also Tyler's feet. Looking at the iPhone 11 and looking at the Note 10, I feel like the colors are way more true on the iPhone 11. There's way more of a blue tint in the Note 10 photos. Like the black on my pants, it's more of a blue hue. Tyler's shoes are kind of bluish, even the concrete is a little blue. And this is a really zoomed in look at our feet. Again, there's not as much detail in the Note 10 as there is in the 11 Pro. This is another photo here. This is just a wide angle shot of this street. And if you look at the leaves on both of these, I feel like the Note 10 seems to have pulled out a little bit more of the shadows, but overall, I think both of the photos look pretty good. Here's a cute little slow sign. So the iPhone 11 Pro looks a little more vibrant. Note 10 looks a little bit washed out. Both of the skies look pretty even. Here's some flowers, and this was done with the portrait mode and the live focus, and they both did a pretty good job. You can see the iPhone, it kind of struggled a little bit behind here on these leaves, whereas, well, I guess the Samsung also struggled a little. But let's just really take a look at these flowers. I think that the colors are way more accurate on the iPhone, mostly because you can see that there's a couple different colors of pink, whereas the Note 10 seems to have made those colors all a very similar color. Both photos stand alone, they both look great. Like these are 2 really good photos. It's interesting because in previous years, I feel like the iPhone did a really great job of taking photos, but sometimes it would overcompensate. It would make things a little too bright. I would love the way that they looked, but one of the complaints that people had is it wasn't true to what you were actually seeing. So I feel like this year, they made a few changes, and it definitely looks way more realistic to what you're actually seeing. So here, the front facing on the Samsung Note 10 Plus it's really not very good. It's not terrible, but it's not good because it completely just like blurs your skin. And I made sure that I didn't have any beauty filters or anything on. There's way more detail in the iPhone 11 Pro, especially around the rocks and in these leaves. And even on my face, like the skin tone, I feel like there's a clear difference between the 2 of these. These 2 photos both look great. It does seem like the iPhone pulled in a little more detail and a little more sharpness here on the bricks, and although on the Note 10 it looks like it pulled in a little more detail and up the shadows in the tree. This is an interesting shot, so this was kind of shooting directly into the sun. The Note 10 did a pretty good job of pulling out the shadows here in the trees and in this house. I kind of like the Note 10 picture a little bit more, to be honest. I like when the shadows in photos are turned up a little bit unnaturally. That's sort of what happened here. So anytime I'm in Lightroom and I have a photo, I take the shadows and I move them all the way to the right so that they are pretty much completely at the max that they can be. Yeah, I'm still a Note 10 fan because I feel like it did a really good job of this photo particularly. Okay, this is where things seem to turn for the Note 10 because the wide angle on here really distorted these flowers at the bottom. It also made me super bright, which is fine, cool, I like it. But with that, you tend to lose some details in the face. Same photo, zoomed in a little. Again, look at the face. It just seems very unnatural. Also, like, I feel like, my body looks, it looks something. It looks a little different, like a little like, if you took me and you went, so this is a live focus and a portrait mode. The Note 10 has just completely flattened this image. The colors in my shirt are a little washed out. My pants have a blue tint to them. So here's some flowers, and just take a look at these white flowers right here. Like there is a weird blue kind of, I guess, light effect or something happening here, and you don't see that at all in the iPhone 11. This is another good example of how great the iPhone does at just keeping everything very consistent. If you look at my face in comparison to the Note 10 looks a little contrasty. In these 2 photos, I magically have morphed from holding a cake to a coffee cup. So here's a portrait mode versus live focus. The live focus seems to be focusing on the coffee cup a little more here in the Note 10, whereas the 11 Pro has got a little bit of the cake and a little bit of that cupcake. Oh man. That looks so good. Here's a little side-by-side comparison of some video. We had both of these cameras mounted next to each other, so this is a little walk and talk. The Note 10 actually looks pretty good in comparison to the 11 Pro. I think it did a really good job of pulling out the colors, but again, the iPhone 11 seems to have kept everything very consistent. So nothing is overexposed, and this is some harsh lighting conditions too. So this is kind of a difficult test. So looking at this right here, the entire sky is completely blown out in the Note 10. It is struggling a lot with these harsh lighting conditions. And the iPhone is staying true to those colors. And wow, can we just pause for a moment? Just take a look. Looking at those two videos side by side, the iPhone 11 Pro is a clear winner in my eyes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I loved doing this test, and doing photo comparisons is one of the most fun videos for me to do, mostly because you're just out there taking fun photos, and then you get to go back and look at them and kind of analyze them and see which ones you like the best. A lot of photography and art is personal opinion, so you guys might be looking at these photos and you might like something that I don't like. Either way, I think the iPhone did a really great job. I mean, the fact that we're getting a lot of these shots out of just a cell phone is incredible. We also did a test of the iPhone 11 versus the Pixel at night, and it's honestly amazing what these cameras can do, and that only makes me more excited for the future. Speaking of the future, I'll be having some more videos about the iPhone and some other fun stuff coming up very shortly, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell, like this video if you enjoyed it, and of course, leave me some comments because I really want to hear from you guys. What do you think of these photos? I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!